Hello, welcome to episode 1 of the WizzBang devlog. There's WizzBang stood in the middle outside his house. Now the basic premise of the game is he wanders the forest, he collects herbs, he then mixes the herbs to create potions, which would appear down here in your potion bar, and he can use those potions to progress with his quest. There might be other things to pick up like coins and whatnot. I haven't decided that yet, but we'll go for a little stroll. Here he is. There's our first enemy. He's a mushroom. He's asleep at the moment. But as we get closer, here you go. He's woken up, and closer still, and he starts coming towards us. I'll run away. I'll let him get me. There's no animation yet for getting hurt, but the health bar has gone down, and I could have shot him. I do have a weapon. There you go. And you can see my weapon bar is going down as well. Okay, so let's run. And there's a scroll to pick up. And that tells us that ordinarily we'd have a recipe on the scroll, and when we collected it, it'll go into the spell book. And the spell book is up there, so we can look at that at any time to see the recipes. Let's carry on. And then we've got a potion. Might not keep this yet, because the idea is we collect herbs to mix the potions, or to mix the herbs to create the potions. So, but here's a ready-made one anyway. And then we'll carry on. And there's our first recipe. So we collect these three things, we can mix them together then, and we'll create the potion that we've just collected, the magic blast. Let's carry on. And there's a thing to collect, that's gone into our sack. And there's another thing. Walk over the bridge. Anyway, that's kind of it. I mean, in the sack, that's our inventory. We click on that. These are the things you've collected. I mean, obviously they're not at the moment. This is just populated it with debug things. You drag these into your cauldron to mix them, and if you correctly mix them, you get a potion which would appear down here. I've probably already forgotten the recipe in that first scroll, but that's why we have this spell book up here. We open that, and this shows nothing at the moment, but eventually this will show all the spells you've collected, so you can see what you need to mix to create what you need. So let's close that. For collision, I'm using physics boxes. See, most of them are just boxes. We've got a little polygon for a drop down onto the bridge, and the edge pieces are also polygons so that it can slide off the edge if you get too close. The wizard himself is using a little circle. That's because he's a spriter skeleton. He's not actually a sprite, so there's no sprite box. So I've just used a little circle in the middle so that his feet appear where we want them on the sprite. So, this kind of in the right place on the ground, which is what we want. The physics themselves, I'm only using for collision and for gravity when we jump. The left and right, I'm overwriting it. I'm just forcing the speed essentially, because there's no dynamic or kinematic physics anywhere. It's just purely for the collision with the wizard in the ground. So we can afford to do that. I can turn into a monkey as well. There's no animation yet. He just does it. He's a monkey with a nice hat. The advantage of the monkey is he can climb things. He can climb vines and ropes and whatnot. So he can reach areas that the wizard wouldn't be able to reach. Disadvantage is he can't use any weapons or any spells as a monkey. All he can do is turn back into a wizard. Or a mouse. We can turn into a mouse as well. There you go. Mouse also has a nice hat. He has even more disadvantages because he's slow moving, because he's a mouse. He can't cast any spells either, and he can't even jump because he's a mouse. But he's small, so he can get into small holes that the monkey and the wizard can't get into. So very handy. And that's kind of it. That's episode 1. That's the basic gameplay-ish. In episode 2, I'll show you the level design that I've created. Thank you.